I really need you to stop what you are doing for just a few minutes. Please listen closely because what I am about to share with you is one of the fastest ways to change the way the world looks at you, and especially the way women see you. I am talking about a special way to make a woman feel a strong magnetic pull toward you the very second she first notices you. And the most wonderful part of this is that you do not have to go out and change your face. You do not have to show off a wallet full of money, and you definitely do not need to worry or feel bad about your hairline. Before we dive into these secrets, I want to ask for a small favor that would mean the world to me. If you find value in what I am sharing today, please help me hit 1,000 subscribers. It is a milestone that will allow me to reach even more men who need this message and create better content to serve this amazing community we are building together. Just click that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss the life-changing content I share. We really want to connect with you and hear your story. Please share your thoughts with us and let us know where in the world you are watching from today. Our group of caring experts reads as many of these messages as we possibly can because we truly love seeing how our community of good men is growing every single day. Your support means everything, and it helps this channel grow so we can help transform the lives of men all around the world. Now here is the honest truth that might be a little hard to hear at first. Most men who are over 35 years old never get told that their physical looks are only about half of what matters. The other half is all about how the human brain is wired. We are talking about little shortcuts in the mind that are buried deep down in the part of us that we do not even think about. Over my 12 years of helping men find their way through health, building their confidence, and learning how to get along with people in the real world, I have seen one thing proven to be true over and over again. When you learn how to use these shortcuts, women will honestly believe that you became more attractive overnight, even if not one single thing about your physical body actually changed. This is not magic, and it is not manipulation. It is simply understanding human psychology and using it to present the best version of yourself to the world. You have likely seen this happen before, haven't you? You might see a guy who looks like a totally normal, average person talking to a very beautiful woman. She is laughing at his jokes. She is twirling her hair with her fingers. She is leaning in closer just to hear him speak. Meanwhile, you might be standing across the room with a better job, more money, and a much nicer, cleaner outfit. And you are thinking to yourself, what on earth does that guy have that I don't have? The answer is not some kind of magic spell. The answer is simply the signals he is sending out. Today, I am going to give you the exact signals that flip a switch in a woman's mind to make her interested in you immediately. These are not tricks or gimmicks. These are proven psychological principles that have been tested and refined over years of working with thousands of men just like you. The first thing you need to understand is something called the halo effect. Think of this as your 5-second foundation. You see, the human brain is naturally a bit lazy. It likes to take the easy path. When the brain sees one good or high-value trait in a person, it automatically starts to believe that a dozen other good traits must exist in that person too. That is what we call the halo effect. Here is the science behind it. When you stand up straight with your chest open and your chin held level, the chemical in your body that causes stress, which is called cortisol, begins to drop. At the same time, your presence seems to grow and fill the room. Here is the small change you can make. Walk into a room like you are the one who owns the place. Keep your shoulders back and make your spine feel long. Here is the result of that small change. Her brain will instantly label you as a man who has a high status, a man who is capable of handling things, and a man who is stable. I have seen men in my private coaching sessions have women guess they were 2 inches taller than they actually were, just because they fixed their posture and stood tall. Your posture is the foundation of everything else I am going to teach you today, because it affects not just how others see you, but how you see yourself. The second powerful signal is the half-second eye contact rule. Most men tend to do one of two things. They either stare at a woman so hard it feels like they are hunting her, or they look away very quickly like they have done something wrong and feel guilty. Both of those moves tell her that you do not feel confident in yourself. Here is what you should do instead. The very moment you and a woman lock eyes, hold that gaze for a count of 1 Mississippi in your head. Then give her a very very tiny, almost invisible nod or a small half smile, and then you must be the one to look away first. Here is the psychology behind that move. This tells her deep down, I see you. I am not afraid of you, but I also do not need your attention to feel good about myself. It creates a tiny bit of mystery in her mind, like a story that ends on a cliffhanger, and it makes her want to know more. This simple technique separates you from 99% of men, who either avoid eye contact completely or hold it too long in a way that feels uncomfortable or even creepy. The third signal might sound a little bit silly or weird, but it is incredibly powerful. I am talking about having the slowest blink rate. When an animal in nature is nervous or scared, it blinks its eyes very fast, almost like a tiny hummingbird. That is because it feels like it is in danger. High-value mammals that feel in charge of their world blink much slower because they feel completely safe in their surroundings. Here is how you can practice this. When you are sitting there listening to her talk, try to let your eyelids go up and down just a little bit slower than you normally would. This makes you look very calm and in control of your feelings. If you watch her eyes closely while you do this, you will often notice that the dark circles in her eyes, her pupils, will get wider as she starts to relax because she feels safe with you. This is a biological response that happens on a subconscious level. She is not choosing to feel this way. Her body is responding to the calm, confident energy you are projecting. The fourth signal is what I call the 10% slowdown rule. When a man feels worried or anxious, he tends to rush his words. He talks fast because he is afraid someone will cut him off or because he feels like he is running out of time to say what he wants. Here is the habit you should start. Try to speak about 10% slower than what feels natural to you. Here is why that works. Talking slower gives your voice a deeper and much richer sound. From a biological standpoint, a calm voice shows that your body's nervous system is relaxed. Women have told me many times, I don't know exactly why, but when a man takes his time to speak slowly, I just feel like I can trust him more. When you speak slowly, you also give yourself time to think about what you are saying, which means you will make fewer mistakes and say more meaningful things. You will stop filling every second with nervous chatter and instead speak with intention and purpose. This alone will make you stand out from almost every other man she has ever met. The fifth powerful truth is about killing the spotlight mistake. You might be very worried about your gray hairs or those few extra pounds around your middle. But here is the big secret. Nobody is looking at your flaws as closely as you are. Here is the shift in thinking you need. The very second you stop messing with your appearance, when you stop pulling at your shirt, stop trying to hide your head, or stop trying to fix your body, those things you don't like about yourself become almost invisible to everyone else. Here is a real story. I once had a 52-year-old patient who was very scared that his gray hair made him look bad. But as soon as he stopped trying to hide it and just owned his look, people stopped saying he looked old and started saying he looked distinguished and handsome. The difference was not in his appearance. The difference was in his energy and how he carried himself. When you are constantly fidgeting and trying to hide something, you are actually drawing attention to it. When you relax and accept yourself as you are, people stop noticing those small imperfections and start noticing your confidence instead. The sixth signal is the power of being quiet. Most men think they have to talk constantly to keep a conversation going. They think if there is a moment of silence, it means things are going badly. So they talk more, they explain things too much, they share too many personal details, and they start acting like they are putting on a show. The big problem is that the more you try to perform, the less power you have. Being quiet is not uncomfortable when you are a man who feels grounded. It is only awkward when you feel nervous. Confident men understand that silence creates a little bit of healthy tension, and that tension is what creates attraction. If you can sit in a pause without rushing to fill it with words, you show her something very rare. You show her that you have control over your emotions. And having control over your feelings is one of the most attractive things a man can have, especially once he is over 30. Try this. After you say something, just stop. Do not add extra words to explain yourself. Do not try to make it sound softer. Do not look at her like you are waiting for her to tell you it was okay. Just let her sit with what you said for a moment. You will be very surprised at how often she will lean in closer, smile, or start talking faster herself just to fill that space you left open. This creates a dynamic where she is working to keep your attention instead of you working to keep hers. The seventh signal is what I call the "I am not in a hurry" body language. A man who looks like he is in a rush always seems like he needs something from others, even if he does not mean to act that way. When you move too fast or check your phone every few minutes or look around the room while she is talking, you are sending a message that you are not really there. Women are very good at sensing if a man is present. Being present does not just mean your body is in the chair. It means your mind and your heart are there too. So here is the fix. Slow down all of your physical movements. When you take a sip of water, do it slowly and calmly. When you turn your head to look at something, do it in a smooth way. When you go to sit down in a chair, do not just fall into it like you are tired. Lower yourself down slowly, like you have all the time in the world. This makes you look like a man with high status, without you ever having to say a single word. In the real world, the people who have the most power are almost never the ones who look like they are rushing. Think about successful business owners or leaders. They move with purpose, but never with panic. They understand that their time is valuable, and they do not need to prove anything to anyone. The eighth signal is using a tone of calm certainty. Real confidence is actually very quiet. It is not loud or flashy. It is calm. It is the voice of a man who does not need anyone else to tell him he is doing a good job. Women can feel this energy immediately. Here is what you should do when you speak. Do not end your sentences like you are asking a question. Instead of saying, "Yeah, I have been going to the gym lately," with your voice going up at the end, say it like a fact. "Yeah, I have been going to the gym lately." Instead of asking, "We should go out sometime," say it with confidence. "We should go out sometime." That tiny difference changes everything. The first way makes it sound like you are asking for her permission. The second way makes it sound like you are a leader who knows what he wants. This is not about being rude or bossy. This is about speaking with conviction and certainty. When you believe what you are saying, other people will believe it too. The ninth signal is the micro smile. Many men make the mistake of smiling too much because they want people to like them, or they do not smile at all because they want to look tough. Both of those are too extreme. What works best is a micro smile. This is just a small, gentle smile that comes and goes naturally. It shows that you are a warm person, but you are not weak. It shows you are confident, but you are not arrogant. It makes you look like a man who is emotionally safe to be around. That is a huge part of attraction. A woman might think a man looks good, but if she does not feel safe with his energy, she will not move closer to him. The micro smile tells her, "I am relaxed, I am doing great, and I am not trying to prove anything to you." It communicates that you are comfortable in your own skin and that you enjoy life without needing constant validation from others. The 10th signal is the effect of owning your space. This is a big one that most men never learn. Men who have high confidence take up space in a natural way. Men who feel low confidence try to shrink themselves. They pull their shoulders in, they cross their arms, they keep their elbows tucked in tight, and they keep their feet very close together. They fold their bodies inward. Even if they don't mean to, they look like they are saying sorry just for being there. Here is the change you need to make. Try to take up just 10% more space. Do not be rude or mean about it, and do not be aggressive. Just be calm. Let your arms rest in a comfortable way. Keep your feet about as wide as your shoulders. Keep your chest and shoulders open. When you stand somewhere, stand like you truly belong there. Your mind sends this message instantly, and her mind will often decide how valuable you are before you even open your mouth to say hello. This is not about being obnoxious or invading other people's personal space. This is about claiming your right to exist fully and unapologetically in the world. I want you to really understand something very important. None of these things are about being fake or pretending to be someone you are not. This is not about acting a part. This is about getting rid of those nervous habits that make you look smaller and less powerful than you really are. It is about showing up as the strongest and most peaceful version of yourself. Most men are not unattractive. They are just feeling tense. They are just in a rush. They are just trying too hard to perform. The very moment you stop trying to put on a performance, you start to naturally pull people toward you. When you master these signals, you will notice changes in every area of your life, not just with women. People will treat you with more respect at work. Strangers will be more friendly to you. You will feel more confident in social situations. Your entire life will begin to shift because you are projecting a different energy into the world. Now let me leave you with one final truth that will change your life if you really take it to heart. When you stop feeling like you need to be chosen by others, you become the man who chooses his own path. That kind of quiet strength is impossible for the world to ignore. Stay steady, stay true to who you are, and watch how differently the world begins to treat you. Remember that attraction is not about looks or money or status. It is about the energy you bring into a room. It is about how you make people feel when they are around you. When you master these 10 signals, you will make women feel safe, intrigued, and drawn to you without saying a single word. If this video helped you, please remember to subscribe and help me reach that 1,000 subscriber goal. Share this with a friend who needs to hear it. Leave a comment below telling me which of these 10 signals you are going to start practicing today. I read every comment and I love hearing your success stories. Stay strong, stay confident, and I will see you in the next video.